Hey guys, Heather Travar here, your law school lawyer. Which law school do you choose? Out of 204 accredited ABA schools, which one? It boils down to two main factors, and I'm going to give those to you right now. Okay, what are these two all-important factors? Number one, location. You start day one marketing yourself to your fellow students. I know what you're thinking. They look like chomps, they look lazy, they don't seem that bright. How are these people even here in the first place? Trust me, they are all smarter and more driven than you think. And they will be your future congressmen, state legislators, senior partners at the law firms where you will want to make a lateral move to 10 years from now. So you need to build bridges with these people. You don't have to be drinking buddies, but build relationships with them, be memorable for a good reason. Now, the thing is, if you go to law school in Alabama and then you move out of state, that's 3 years of marketing down the drain. Same goes for jobs, your externships, your summer clerkships, your volunteer opportunities, your part-time jobs in your second and third year. You're marketing yourselves not only to possible future employers, because there's a good chance that the firms you work for in law school won't end up hiring you, but those firms have reputations in the community. And so when you work at those firms, you get a chance when you apply to another firm in the same area to say, hey, I worked at these firms, look at this. And they'll know those firms, and if they've got a solid reputation, instant credibility. But if you go out of state, all you've got is a line on your resume that says you worked at law firm A, B, C, or D. They can see you did the work, they can look at the law firm's website, but they don't know the law firm's reputation, they don't know the lawyers personally. So again, 3 years of marketing down the drain. The other reason location is important is because of the state bar. You're already going to have to cram in a lot of new knowledge during the bar prep course. You just cannot take every single class in law school that's going to be on the bar exam. So you're already learning a lot of new information. And now if you go to law school in Alabama and then you want to take the Georgia bar exam, you're learning a whole new set of state laws. And if you go out of your circuit, it's even worse. There are people who take more than one bar exam, people who move for good reasons that they didn't anticipate. It happens. You'll live through it. But unless something like that comes up, it's better to be strategic and plan and make life as easy as possible for yourself. Because the bar exam's not easy, so just make it as easy as possible, guys, okay? Now, besides location, which is number one, what's the next important factor? It's going to be specialty area. If you just want to be a criminal defense attorney, a divorce attorney, fine. Any old law school is going to do. If you want to practice Indian tribal law, though, you are going to need to hunt down a law school that specializes in that area. But that circles back around to location. Because if New Mexico law schools are offering Indian tribal law, it's probably because there's a market for it there. This is a hyper-specific area of law. You cannot go to your average law school, get out, and say, hi, I sincerely want to practice Indian tribal law, please hire me. No one's going to take you seriously. If you were really sincere, you would have gone to a law school that specialized in that. You would have done volunteer opportunities. You would have done part-time jobs. You would have done whatever you could to get in the community and be involved in this area of law. But you didn't. So don't think anyone's going to take you seriously. They won't. If you really want this, you need to hunt down a law school with that specialty area. Now, I'm talking about hyper-specific specialties. I'm not talking about, again, being a divorce attorney or a criminal defense attorney. Any law school is going to be fine for that. If you really want to be the #1 trial attorney in the country, you're going to want to look at a law school that specializes in that, like Cumberland Law School. However, what do we do when location and specialty area butt heads? Okay. So let's take an example and say you live and work in Jackson, Mississippi. You go to law school now, and you want to be a trial attorney. You want to be the best trial attorney. So there are no good law schools in Mississippi for that, but Cumberland and Alabama will give you that opportunity. Should you sacrifice 3 years of marketing yourself to your fellow students and local law firms to go to law school in Alabama? The answer is maybe. You've got to weigh the cost benefits. You're going to lose 3 years worth of marketing, and if you don't have any other connections, such as family members who are lawyers or family members who are in important positions connected to law firms, that's a pretty bad situation to be in. You're building your marketing up from scratch, and now you're throwing away 3 years worth of that. Yes, you will build up your resume by being on the national trial team and doing all these trial competitions. Is that going to be enough to get you a job in Jackson, Mississippi when you have not gone to law school there or practiced or done any part-time jobs there or any volunteer opportunities there? Maybe not. You're going to have to really think long and hard about that. I would lean toward, if you've got decent trial opportunities at a local law school, go where you want to live and practice. But again, if we talk about a hyper-specific area of law, like Indian tribal law, you are just going to have to go to law school that offers that. Now, when does none of that matter? Well, I'm not going to say it never matters, but if you get a full scholarship, even a half scholarship, you really need to think long and hard before you put yourself into debt unnecessarily. Student debt, in my opinion, is the worst and most dangerous kind of debt to get in. That's another video, but for now, understand, it is very dangerous. You do not need to take it lightly. When I was in law school, we were not explained the full scope of the debt we were getting into or the consequences. No one was. And now it's all coming out, but it's too late for the people who are already in debt like that. I'm trying to warn you, be aware. Really dangerous type of debt. So if you get a scholarship, you need to try to take it. That may mean losing 3 years worth of marketing opportunities. It may mean not getting to go to a school that has your specialty area. So then you have to decide, is it worth losing 3 years worth of marketing? Well, in another video, we'll talk about the job market and how it changes. The reality is, while it's really important to market yourself for those 3 years, sometimes in the end it doesn't matter. Saving $100,000 does. It always does. Your specialty area, if it's hyper-specific like Indian tribal law, you've got to make a choice. Do you want to go to law school in Vermont where you have a full scholarship and give up that dream of practicing Indian tribal law? Or do you want to take on the debt and practice Indian tribal law? If you choose the latter, you need to know there's an almost 100% chance you're going to get a job. And unless you have connections, there never will be. So take those factors into consideration. Location, which is mainly to market yourself for 3 years before you enter the job market. The other is your specialty area. If you're driven to do one particular hyper-specific specialty area, you're going to have to go to law school that offers that. But if those things clash, you're going to have to make a decision about which is more important to you. If you get a scholarship, you need to really sit down and think about taking on that debt and giving up that scholarship. Okay guys, hope that helps. Comment below and let me know, what do you think is the most important part of choosing a law school? Right now, before you start law school, when you're still in the application process, what are you thinking is the most important part of applying to law school? Until next time.